We've got another package, and this package is a little more of an involved project, and it's also my first of something. This is my first ever MacBook. This MacBook is a MacBook Air from 2012, I want to say. Problem is, it didn't come with a charger. Also, I don't want to power it on yet because if I can't get a charger before I do what I want to, I'm going to just tell you now, this display is broken. It works, powers on, it's just cracked all to hell. And I'm going to turn this bitch into a headless laptop. Headless MacBook. It's going to be a hub. Although it's got no HDMI, so it's going to have to be via Bluetooth. So I ordered a USB source, I guess you'd call it, to Mag 1, because I believe that's what that is. It's a Mag 1 because it's the 2011 MacBook Air. So we're going to see if it powers on. It should power on. It does. Yeah, that don't work. Oh, wait. Kinda. I think this is the error that was made. It looks like it was dropped very forcibly onto this corner, and these aluminum buckled. We got the lighty up MacBook thingy. Again, never had one. I don't even know if this loads an OS. I don't think it does. But we're gonna make her a headless laptop computer thingy. Well, by golly, hot damn. The Air of Book Mac. It works. I mean, if you ask me, it should work good enough to use if you needed to. I mean, when it said bad screen, it didn't have like a picture on the whatchamacallit eBay listing. I got this for $30. Free shipping too. But I can tell that this is probably where it done got its fucked up from. It's not picking up my Wi-Fi network, which is strange. But the idea is we gonna turn this shit into a headless MacBook, a book of Mac with no head. And it's just gonna be a device. I don't even know how I'm gonna connect it. It doesn't have anything but 2 USB ports and an SD port. We're gonna find out. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Noob. Ow, fuck. This is it hurts. Okay, so we're gonna see how good this thing works connected to this HDMI TV here, because I'm considering something that I've never done before, and this thing already is running slow on this OS that it has, so naturally we were gonna make this a Linux laptop. But not just any laptop. We're gonna make this we're gonna see first. Oh. Can it update anymore? I doubt it can. So it says updates are available. We're gonna see what the hell it has for us. (2014). Okay, we'll let that do what it's gonna do, and then we'll see what the hell this thing looks like after. Yeah, what the hell? Let's see what kind of sheesh. So one thing I learned about this piece of crap MagSafe thing, charger above, is it has to be connected to 45-watt power block for it to even try and start charging. Not charging. There, it's charging. Okay. I'll let it do that thing. All right, cool. So it doesn't look any different at all. That's good to know. So let's take this out here. I want to see, make sure this Thunderbolt port works. No, I've yet to do this yet, so maybe we should do this. Okay, so it's got the i5, 4 gigs of RAM, DDR3 RAM, and it doesn't tell us what it has. Oh, storage. Okay, it's got 120 gig hard drive. Maybe one day I'll deal with that. It's on Mac OS Lion, and it ain't lying. Why you always lying? All right, 1 second. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna shut this thing off. And we're gonna put this drive in because I tried plugging the Thunderbolt port into the TV. Just acts real funny. It shows like the desktop background, and I'm wondering if it's because Mac OS Lion for some reason won't work with this TV. We're gonna run Linux into this bitch, and yeah. So I think it says on power. Press and hold this option button. Or hold on. Immediately press and hold the option key. Okay. Off with you. Okay. I don't know if this key doesn't work, but I had to press that one. God damn it. And you know who we are, and you know what we were going with, because this is what works. It worked immediately with my 2012 iMac that I put Linux on, so I imagine it'd probably be a pretty like cut and dry process to get this to work. Now what I want to see is once I get into Linux, I'm gonna plug that port in and see what this dang screen looks like again, because I'm trying to do something with this book. I'm not gonna freaking spend money repairing it, but there's something I just want to try just for the hell of it, to say I have one, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so we haven't installed it yet, but we are connected to the internet. We are in. It already senses the TV. Oh, we're up there. The problem is it going to always go. This TV is also messed up, so I guess this will be a good test to see what happens here. See if it jumps over to the TV right away. Oh, mirror displays. It's not wanting to do that. But if I go here, I don't want to do that either. I think this TV might be the reason. Okay, never mind. We've got it, and how I wanted it to work is how it works. As soon as you plug the Thunderbolt cable in, it gives you display on HDMI. So that is really helpful because now I can give away my plan. I'm gonna finish the Linux Mint install on this, and then I'm gonna freaking remove this screen from this laptop because I want a headless MacBook. I figured just because Mac OS was bitching at me for this, I might as well plug it in to do the Linux install. And I'm using XFCE because why the hell wouldn't I? It's an older MacBook. Okay, we'll let it do its thing. Forgot I didn't do the obligatory video testing.
Same, I was working so hard in here.
You always are. Don't listen to her. She's a liar.
When we hit the pothole, I worried we'd
Love's
be stranded
quick.
for hours.
And our lives would revolve around the pothole.
Oh,
Thanks to
look,
the guy
it's the
who
black sludge
help
that's
arrived
going to
in
take
under an
over
hour.
our
It feels
planet.
good to get help fast. It feels good to Geico.
Oh, I spoke too soon.
My immediate reaction
There
to
we
seeing
go.
such a silly device as this Light Phone 3 is to first suggest that perhaps
is it, 480?
technology is evolving backwards.
Smooth at 720.
However, after some brief contemplation, I've come to the tentative conclusion that perhaps, in order for humanity
a
to
little
go
chop in
forwards,
there, I got
we have
HD.
to go backwards. Especially if you're the type of person who can't be without your phone for more than 5 minutes. Are you talking about yourself? No, I'm talking to them. Right. The average
we knew
person
that would
checks their
happen.
phone 80 times per day. I think you are talking to yourself. No, thank you. I am very much above average. Exactly. Wait, you have a
Alright,
problem.
screw it.
I can
I don't
quit
think it was
whenever
going
I
to run
want.
any better with Mac OS. But we're just going to run through this installer real quick. We're going to tear this son bitch apart. And we are on our way. Okay, our hot boy, because this thing is fucking piping hot, is Dunzo Alonzo. We're going to restart it. It's a shame. I would just leave it how it is. Oh, here we go. She wants us to pull it out. And then re-enter. Dun. Okay, so now theoretically I should just be able to go like so, and bam. Now if I wanted it to be the correct screen size, that's what I would have to do. Come back to mirror displays if I want to mirror both, and then bam, we've got it running on both that thing and on this television. And I believe that would mean that our sound should work as well. Well, I'll get one of these guys going. And then, so this is gonna be like a, kind of like a little media computer. Let's see. This will be like a living room media center. So you can just leave one of these things headless in your living room. And just, I mean, it takes up a lot less space. Even like once I remove the screen, it'll take up a lot less space. And you can put that in your entertainment stand with the other 15 computers you leave in the bottom shelf. If, you know, maybe the video will load. Maybe we try something else. Should we be gentle with the MacBook too? Why isn't it? Oh, there we go. Weird. The sound does not come through the TV. That's strange.
I've been told that this new folding phone is the peak, the pinnacle, the perfect point of perfection of
Weird.
permutating pocket PCs. It's called the Find N6, and the center crease is basically non-existent. We're going to explore the insides to find out how and why Oppo was able to accomplish this feat. The charger in the box is capable of...
Okay, so it turns out that yes, this should transfer sound over to the television. The cord I bought does not support that function though, which I had no idea you had to consider when purchasing a mini display to HDMI friggin' cord or adapter, whatever you want to call it. I bought a cord. Now we're gonna crack this little son of a bitch open. Longer. I have to keep those two separate. And what I believe is the last one, unless there's some under these feet. Okay, so now that we've popped our MacBook disassembly cherry, I assume this is our plug for our display, and this would be a plug for the camera, and then these 6 Torx bit screws. I think that would be all. So I'll just pop it open. It sure looks like that. Yeah, how the hell are we gonna find out unless we try, right? So I assume that we need to take this tape off. Flip. And then wiggle that out of there. And I think this probably has a little clippy-do mechanism too. Maybe. Or is it just plugged in? Okay, it's just plugged in. So now, I would assume we just take these off. And if you could actually believe it, they use a real Torx bit. What the heck is going on with this thing? Maybe an open C4 right by what I'm doing wouldn't be, probably isn't the best idea. Okay, so looks like there's some wires that are just kind of like routed underneath here. What the heck is this? Oh. Wait a minute. Is that? One second. Okay, well, we learned something new today. This doesn't work the way that I thought it did. You cannot get rid of the display in this and still have Wi-Fi. These Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectors are included in this display wiring assembly. Okay, so now after we've wasted all that time, we will hook everything back up, and then we will end this with whatever dignity and self-respect we can maintain after we test to make sure that we didn't break anything. Okay, well, I guess the best thing we've done so far is install Linux and not lose any of the screws. And hopefully, we're gonna find out right now, not broke anything. Okay, that's not the only test. We still gotta make sure that we got Wi-Fi. Oh. Okay, that means that we still have Wi-Fi. Everything still works. We were able to successfully take the display off of this thing and put it back on. Woohoo! The goal wasn't to put this back on. However, it became apparent that this version has the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connections integrated into the display. So you cannot make this a headless laptop that uses Wi-Fi. You can get rid of the Wi-Fi and add a dongle. I wasn't trying to do all that. I don't want this to be that. Maybe we'll do it in the future, but I could just use it like this and spend less money. At this point, it has the dongle attached, which again, it takes away my idea, but it still works. And it's just gonna sit over there, but still it would have been cooler. I've been seeing all these videos about people making headless laptops, headless MacBooks. But yeah, okay, so technically you can make this headless, but that requires me having to separate the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth antenna cables from the display cables, and I'm not so confident in my ability to do that. Maybe we'll revisit it, maybe, but for now, let this video serve as a reminder to do your proper research before making a purchase specifically for one use. And like I said, this was purchased with the intent of creating a headless MacBook out of this, which maybe we'll do the wire surgery and make it that one day. But I think we're gonna leave this here, and this will be left in the future project bin. But let me know what you think. If you have any ideas of what to do with this thing, let me know. If anybody has made a headless MacBook out of this specific MacBook, also let me know. For now, I'm gonna use it as a funky ass little Linux machine out here. Or yeah, I don't know yet. I'll come up with a better use for it, but yeah, this was my first time ever using a MacBook, by the way, too. Never have used a MacBook before. So, yeah. That's fun. But thanks for watching. Let me know what you think.